Hey guys, welcome officially to the Inktober vlog. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna try and document this journey. Currently it is day 0, meaning that Inktober starts tomorrow. So it's the last day of September. I am just drinking my coffee, as you saw me make in the beginning. And I'm just writing down my morning thoughts, and then we're gonna go and start working on some thumbnails because the sketches are done. I'm gonna show you right after this, but just to kind of start this video. Character designs are done. I have the location and the story written. I just need to do the thumbnails for each drawing for each day of the 31 days of October. And actually I need to do the cover for the story today, so that's basically what we're gonna do. And I also want to do this as a sort of, well, like I said, an Inktober vlog, so I'm gonna try and kind of have at least 5 days in this vlog. So you're basically gonna see me do the cover and then like 5 days of the illustrations, so enjoy. As I said, I already did some sketches. So these are the two main characters. I'm still figuring out their names. I asked you guys on Instagram and you gave me like these many names, so I'll still figure that out by tomorrow. So this was the first sketch I did. I really like the shapes, and I actually did it over here as well. So like I really like her shapes go up while her shapes sort of go down, and I really like her whatever this shape is. And she sort of looks like she's just wearing Ben 10's clothes, and I don't have a problem with that. And I also like that she has really big shoes and she has small ones, so that there's differences in their designs. So the next thing I did is the location. So this is the garden where everything happens. I also needed this to plan out how the story is gonna go, because they start here and it's sort of like they go here like this and they sort of start again. For anyone interested, I based this off of my childhood home's garden that my mom took care of. We had a fish pond and a frog pond. No wait, fish pond and a turtle pond kind of, and then at another place we had a frog pond. Lots of ponds. But yeah, I spent a lot of time playing in this garden, so I thought it would be a cool place to use. And here you can basically see these two characters as their butterfly fairy forms, because the main point of the story is that these two turn into fairies and then they need to figure out how to turn back. So yeah, I really like this pose. It's so heroic, and also like this pose. It's really cool. Sorry about that, I ran out of room on my SD card. Anyway, yeah, these are the characters, and now I'm gonna go to my work desk and we're gonna do some thumbnails, so see you there. Okay, here we are at the desk. I wrote down what it's supposed to be like, and I'm gonna draw in this thingy because this is only gonna have the finished ones, but as you can see it's a different color of paper, so I also need to have that in mind. And also I haven't really drawn much in this. I've only done some studies of Star vs. Forces of Evil. So yeah, this is just here to hold it. Let's see. So first off, okay, here's the thumbnails. I'm actually gonna try and do the sketch without recording, so I'll be back when the sketch is done. Okay, so I did the, let's say, line art, sort of. And I'll have to figure out how to do this now. It's very small, and need to figure it out so I don't mess things up. So I'll have to kind of check back. So I have no idea how this is gonna go, but I'll do my best. And voiceover Anya here. Hello. So I didn't really think this through, and there's a lot of timeless footage in here that doesn't really have any narration, or if it does, it's super quiet because I'm so not used to actually recording. Um, I'm just not used to recording the voice while I'm also recording the drawing. So we're just gonna talk about some stuff. So first off, where the hell did I go? I know that I was posting my zodiac illustrations for a couple of weeks and it was going well, and then suddenly I disappeared out of the surface of the earth. So, to explain that, when I finished the Sagittarius illustration, which you can actually find on Instagram, I found out that my deadline for my thesis written part was coming soon. Now, by coming soon, I just mean in about a month of time. But at the moment, that was still quite soon because I only had the material, the written material, like what I'm going to write about, and I still didn't have. Well, I didn't begin to write. So I decided to completely stop drawing for the time being. I didn't upload the Sagittarius speed paint because I would have to do that. And instead, I decided to spend 1 to 2 months of just intense work on the thesis. It's now finished. I'm just waiting to get the deadline due date when I'll have to go and actually talk about it, have a presentation so that I'm officially done with school and I can graduate, which is crazy for me to think about. And yeah, then I just sort of came back now. After I finished writing, I was super exhausted. I was basically exhausted from everything that happened in the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 years. Just all the tiredness from all the projects just suddenly came rushing in, and I really needed a break from everything. So I took a week off. I went to my boyfriend. We went exploring. We saw some stuff. We just hang out, and it was really great. And I really miss him right now. I can't wait to see him again. And it really just it gave me the energy I needed. And then suddenly, would you look at the time? It was time for Inktober, and I had only a couple of days to actually prepare for it because I wasn't thinking up ahead. So what happened was I had this idea for a while now, actually, about these two girls that they put the lily flower powder on their noses and they turn into butterfly fairies. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. And I was actually really terrified of just going straight into it because I was afraid of what people will think. What will they think about the story? If it's gonna be too basic, if it doesn't have enough drama, enough arcs. What about the illustrations? I was feeling a bit rusty because I haven't drawn for like 2 months, and there was just all this pent up fear in me. And oddly enough, the day later, which was the last day of September, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. And I don't know what the hell obsessed over me, but I was just like, I grabbed the camera, I started recording, and this sort of just happened. So I'm really happy that whatever it was that made me decide to work on this, that I'm still working on it. So even though I'm afraid of what people might think about it, I'm trying not to let it affect me too much, and that I just concentrate on enjoying what I'm doing, enjoying drawing, enjoying storytelling, because that's who I am. I love telling stories. And I know it's not a perfect story, it's a very simple one, it's a very basic one, it doesn't even have any drama in it. No fake, that Disney thing where there's two best friends and 15 minutes before the movie ends, they go through this unnecessary drama and fight. There's no that in this story, so this story is it's very happy, very adventure based. There's not much thinking, I guess, involved. It's just an exercise for myself to show to myself that I can tell a story. And it's just one of many stories that I like to tell, because the more stories I'll do, the better I'll get at it, and there's still unlimited time for me to tell a more detailed, deep story than this one. So yeah, we're just going through the voiceover, and yeah, that's the finished cover for Best Phase. Hi, it's day 1 officially. I have my text over here, and to start off, I'm just gonna do some thumbnail sketches, and I'll check back when the pencil ink will be done. So see you then. Okay, initial sketch done. Now I just need to pencil it, and then we're just gonna do the whole time-lapse thingy. Okay, so here's the sketch. Okay, yeah, there we go. And it's time to work on it. So back to ink. It's probably difficult to see where it's over here. Oh, right here. Yeah. So 1, 3. Also, I am super happy with the recording layout I have, because like when I watch other YouTube artists and they have this really cool from the top recording of their sketchbooks or their papers and stuff, and whenever I try to do it, usually it still feels a bit crooked. But with this new camera, because it's so small, like it literally fits my hand, I'm able to get a much more kind of centered on top. I don't know how to mention it. It's just like it's much better to see what's going on. So it makes recording my creations much more fun. So what I've learned so far from the first week of drawing Inktober is understanding how my ink works. So it's an acrylic ink, and it goes well with mixing it with water. The first 2 days, I think, I had a bit of difficulty because I decided to try and mix it with different amounts of water. And what I didn't realize when I would do that is it kind of changes the value of the color that it is. So some parts kind of looked really stronger and more, I don't know, blue than the rest. So after that, I just realized to use 1 droplet of ink and 3 droplets of water from my water brush. And that just really works great for me, because then you can layer the same color multiple times and it makes a much nicer effect with the values. But I'm still figuring out how it works. What else? I'm really happy with how this illustration is coming. So this is day 1. I really like the pose that Kiara is in, and it just feels very organic, and her hand being like shaking, like, no, it's fine. I really like that, and I wish I could kind of animate it. And I also like how Jenna's pose is. She's like, hey, what about your mom over there? Shouldn't we help? And Kiara's like, nah, man, we're cool. We have a flower here. Like, everybody center around the flower. Oh, and I really like how the shirt came out, as well as the pants. I really like learning more how drapery works on bodies, so I kind of like to challenge myself in making maybe more difficult poses and figuring out how can I move the clothes so they feel organic. And I'm really happy that it's turning out fine for now. What else is there? Yeah, for now I'm just working on Inktober. Oh, I really like the technique I decided for Kiara's hair. Basically the 2 ponytails. They're kind of just scribbles, and I don't know why, but I really love that, how it's just scribbles. I don't know what it is. It kind of reminds me of the scribbles from an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I just really like how stylistic it is, and there's just something about it that's really cool. And I'm also really glad that for the story I decided to concentrate on these specific characters, because I felt a bit contemplated, that thing where you feel kind of stuck. I felt stuck because I feel like I draw way too many just white people, so I wanted to make a different type of story. Like, you have so many different variety of people, like, why not try something new? So that's what I did. And what a better way to learn than to draw these types of designs for 31 completed days. And yeah, it's been fun so far. There has been a couple of days where Jenna's face particularly didn't came out as well, but that's kind of due to the perspective that I decided for the poses, and not because of something else. But yeah, I kind of intend to redraw every page that I have digitally, because I would like to actually make this into a small booklet that I would like to sell. Hi, it's day 2 of Inktober. So now we have the cover illustration and day 1, and today I am doing day 2. I did some thumbnails for a couple of days, so this is for today's day, and these are for a couple of more days. Basically, the idea is to do at least 3 thumbnails per day, so I'll need just 2 weeks of doing sketches, and then I can just concentrate on the finished artwork itself. So yeah, now I am going to go and sketch this one over here. I don't know if you can tell what's happening, but it doesn't really matter, because I'll still figure it out as I draw. And yeah, I will come back here when the pencil sketch is done. So see you then. There we go. Yeah, I use this water brush to add, because I don't really have a syringe or whatever that thing is. So yeah, we're gonna start now. Via Etsy, and I'd like to home print it, so with my own printer, so that the pricing isn't too much. I'll just have to figure out what the pricing is for like the shipping, and I like to ask you guys on Instagram, what do you think would be the best price for it, basically. So what do you think? Would you buy the story once it's done? It would be a really small booklet, and I'm gonna try to get high quality paper, not just some A4 normal paper, because it deserves to have a bit more um, hardcover. Yeah, hardcover. So then it was day 2. Okay, day 2. Um, what really bothered me with this illustration was the hands, because I just couldn't get them to look right, and I just decided that, okay, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna do the best that I can with what I have. I'm glad with how the flower came out. I'm gonna try my best with how the values are gonna be, and that's the most I can do, because sometimes when you're frustrated with how your illustrations is coming out, or an animation or anything else, you just have to let it be in the world, and just look forward to the next work you do, because we learn every time that we draw something or create something, and as long as you create and learn from it, then that's all there is. Although I will be honest that I kind of do like the positioning of the left hand, our left hand and her right hand, and it's the other hand that kind of feels off. And I tried to do a reference photo, but like I didn't have any flower to hold, so it was really awkward. But I think I did good for what I intended to. Oh, and I really, really like how for this day I was playing with the effect of the powder, or the pattern of the lily flower, and the way it goes from like a bit darker in the center and then towards the white. I really like that. And at the end, when I'm doing the line art phase, I'm really happy with the small dots that are in the lily. That's really cool. So I really wanted to kind of make it seem as if the lily flower is glowing, and I did kind of succeed, but also kind of didn't. I don't know, it looks kind of weird, because there's this at the end of the illustration, you can see that there's this white around her, like a sort of circle, but it's not really a circle, because when you paint like this, you don't actually see it from the perspective that the camera is seeing. I need to kind of see it a bit crookedly, and that can kind of play with the distortion when you're trying to draw. So yeah, this is why I'd really like to do a digital redraw of all of these, to really give them proper tones, proper values, proper compositions. But I'm still glad with how they come out every day, because it means that every day I'm drawing. So it's not that I'm not proud of them. I am, for what they are, but I still want to remake them. Yeah, so here I am adding the really thin lines of a lily, and I really like how that looks. What else? I think I kind of talked about most of the stuff. I'll have to figure out how to draw certain chapters, certain days, because everything is written down. And for example, for some days I can have a very clear vision of how it's going to look like, from the composition, from the characters, from the values, from how I want the lighting. But then for some, it's like completely blank. I have no idea yet. So those will be fun. That's kind of why I am drawing sketches of the thumbnails ahead of time, so that I wouldn't need to pressure myself when the time comes for it. What else? I just don't want to leave you listening just to music, because I don't really feel like picking music, and I know that music can get really repetitive, and I like to talk about stuff while you're working, because I hope that while you're watching this, you're working on something, because I can't imagine someone watching these 40 minutes of just drawing this. I mean, you totally could, but I hope that while you're watching this, you're also maybe drawing for your Inktober or anything else, or if you're working on your schoolwork, like, I totally get it. This is more like it's a vlog, so you can see what's going on, but also that you can do whatever you want while listening or watching at it. Okay, god damn it, my voice is kind of breaking. It's too much talking for one day. And I still have like 20 minutes to go. What else can I tell you? I don't know, I'm kind of scared for my future, but like, how do I say this? Because like, once I graduate, I mean, I'm already kind of jobless at the moment, but I really want to work hard and open commissions next month and just sort of start with that. And I have this super, super, super great privilege that my brother has decided to pay for my insurance, so I don't have to worry about that. And until I'll be able to provide for myself, for my art, that I am able to live here with him and my mom without needing to pay stuff. So that's really, really, really great. And I know that it is a great privilege because not everyone has this option. And I guess that's kind of the thing that's also freaking me out, because there's kind of these social standards that when you finish school and stuff, that you're supposed to go straight into a job. But I really don't want to have a conventional job. I tried that for a thing we had in like school, where you had to work for a week in a thing, and I worked in a flower shop, and it's just not the thing for me. Like, I can record myself and post YouTube videos, and I'm actually really thinking of doing like kind of an art school thing where I would teach my viewers, so you guys, but also learn myself. So I don't know, we would have a live stream where I'm figuring out how to draw a foot or something, and I would explain my process behind what I'm gonna try, and that we would all do it together and stuff. So yeah, there's these really creative things I'm thinking of doing, but I'm still figuring them out. And I'd really like to at least go through Inktober and then start these things. But I did get the information of how much like general costs are without food, so I'm working towards that goal first. That's certain. And yeah, I think I can totally do it, because it's what I'm good at. I'm good at drawing, I'm good at storytelling, and I wouldn't want to do anything else in life, no matter how maybe childish that sounds like, but I really believe I can do it. Because when I was working for my school projects, for my school thesis, my animation, I was also doing commissions on a certain website I'm not gonna mention, because then who knows what you guys are gonna say, because the site gets bad reputation. But the people there really, really helped me, because I was able to get commissions and get like 200 euros. So I was able to pay for my own food and stuff, and that was really important to me. But at the same time, I was supposed to work on my thesis at the time, and it was really, really draining me of energy, because in every piece of artwork that I create, I put a lot of energy into it, so it can get really draining. I really need to be careful how much artworks I produce. So yeah, I guess I'm just sort of sharing with you guys my thoughts and where I'd like to go in the future. It's just like, and I have these mindsets that I should really change, because if I just think what other people will think of me because I'm not doing something conventionally, or if I'll feel like, oh, that's so entitled, that's so childish of you. Like, I know that I won't do the things I want to do, but I know that if I put all the effort, all the energy that I can into this, then I know that I can do this in like 3 years time tops. So yeah. Okay, what I really like about Kiara's design is that when I finish using the inks, I just go in with the pencil to do the skin, and I don't know, I really enjoy just coloring big spaces with the pencil. I don't know why, like either that or when I color the smaller portions that are black but have a bit of texture. So for example, the pants or like Jenna's hair, I really like starting with that because it helps my hands so that it isn't shaking as much, and yeah, I find it really good and relaxing. So yeah. So it's day 3 of Inktober, and I just thought I would kind of show you the process before I start drawing. So I already have the thumbnail sketches done, but before I begin in the mornings to actually draw the sketch in the sketchbook, I kind of write down the script for that day. So for example, today is chapter 3, and I'm just waiting for my computer to load. So while I'm waiting for that, I can show you how it looks like for yesterday and the day before that. This is how it looks like. So this is day 1. I basically just write what they say so that I have something to fit with the sketch. So for today, you can see that it's empty, so that's something I need to do. Also, I had 1,200 followers yesterday, so yeah, thank you so much. I can show you how this looks like. So I opened the script, actually having a script for Inktober and writing it down. So yeah, here's the script. The green means that I've already done them. So today I have this part, so it's really short, but still, you know. So yeah, and now that I have the script, I just go to my workplace. So now I basically just go to my workspace and put on the sketch I have. So to show that, this is my workspace currently. It's very modest. So here's where I have my thumbnails, and before I start recording, I just do the sketch that I have today. So this is today's one, and I just do it a bit bigger over here, and once that is complete, like I have a feeling that it's good. So when it's sketched with this small pencil, anyway, once I line art it with this, that's when I begin to record. And this is why this is here. This is basically where this camera goes here, and that's how you get the videos. And that's where I have the script and my phone, because I like to listen to music while I do the sketch. It's time to begin. I should have prepared myself a bit more for this. Yeah, I'm trying a couple of different techniques of editing in this vlog. Maybe you'll notice, because in the first one, in the cover, when I was drawing it, it had some sped up parts. But then I sort of figured out, you know what would be really cool? I just sort of have these things where I draw certain processes, but you don't see the whole thing, you just see parts of it, and so that it can go faster. And I also did that because if I didn't, this video would be way longer than it already is. So yeah. Also, I find it really funny how I sort of, instead of saying workplace, I like to say workspace, and that's really neat. Like, just imagine having a workspace in space where you just have a room to create and stuff. I don't know, I find it really fun. Also, I didn't realize that there isn't that much to talk about because there are some parts in between that I did talk loud enough. So thank God for that. Um, what else can I say? I'm kind of running out of thematics. Oh, right. Maybe for the next vlog, if possible, you can leave any sort of question that you may have, like either about art or about, I don't know, my personal life or something, any type of question, and you can leave it down below in the comments, and I can use that for the voiceover if any clip is also without that much sound. And also, of course, please give me feedback. What do you think of this video? If the way it's done is cool, if I should change anything, if maybe there's too much talking and maybe you'd like it to just be, I don't know, quiet. Who knows? If you want music in it, or anything, like, is the editing fine? Should I leave the drawing for a bit longer? Although I kind of like the method towards the end, like the one right now. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. I'm open to changes because I'd like every video that I do to be better from the previous one, and I can only do that with your guys' help with feedback. It's day 4. Sorry. Day 4, and actually today I'm kind of gonna answer a question that maybe a lot of artists have while doing Inktober. So, for example, if you're doing the Inktober and you're supposed to be drawing daily, what do you do if you have a day that you know that you won't be able to draw? And this is what you do. So, something that I knew from the start, from the get-go for Inktober, is that I want to have the weekends off. And I also know that on Monday I'm gonna have something to do, so that means that today, not only do I need to draw for today, day 4, I'll also need to draw for 3 more days. So basically today's schedule is drawing for illustrations. So let's do it. Okay, it's time to start doing this. Yeah, oh, if you're wondering about the Sagittarius time-lapse, I will upload it. I'll just upload it once Inktober is done, so sometime in November. And for the rest of the zodiac signs, I'm actually gonna draw them in the months that they are. So since I finished with Sagittarius, I still have from Aquarius to Taurus. So yeah, the rest of the zodiacs that are left, I'm just going to draw them in the months that they are, so that the rest of the time I have for other stuff, because I'd really like to draw this in your style for other artists. And when I hit a certain milestone on Instagram, I'd also like to do my own draw this in your style, and just different kind of stuff. I'm really excited for what's to come. Maybe I'll even do some comic strips again. We'll see what happens. I really like this illustration. You have no idea how much I want to animate this transformation of these two. Like, I can see it so clearly in my head, how they're like magical girl transformation, first off turning small, and second of all growing wings and growing antennas. It looks really cool in my mind, but I probably won't really have time for that. And I really like the poses that are in this illustration, and it's just how Kiara's pose is like her hands down and she's like, oh, what's going on? And then Jenna is like looking at her hands and like, why are we all white and stuff? What's going on? And I had really lots of fun drawing this as a silhouette thing, and it was also really simple, because you just need to color everything. I'm really glad I decided to go for demonic black eyes. It makes them feel alien-like, and it looks cool. And I think you guys also like it, so I'm really glad for that. It's 4:30 right now, and I finished today's illustrations, so the Friday one, the Saturday one, and right now I am kind of halfway done with the Sunday one. So one more to go and half of this one. I can do it. Happy weekend! It's day 5, so as I already mentioned before, I kind of finished the illustrations for today, tomorrow, and on Monday. So today I'm actually gonna edit this stuff. And the towel is off. So right now I am preparing all the files that I'm gonna need. There's... Okay, I put all of the footage for now, so not including this. And do you see that number over there? I have 4 hours of footage to edit. I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you watch the whole, however long this is gonna take. I'm just gonna leave bits and pieces of the editing process, and yeah. Wish me luck. Thanks for watching this vlog, and I hope I see you next week.